the sides there, in your helmet there, it'd still be in the truck. You could always come into the station the next morning and be at the engine house, and you get that smell. It's like, oh man, they had a good one yesterday. Dang it, and you start doing that. It's like, man, I wanted to do that, but we started putting wet wipes. Some people carry that. You guys, I heard, started doing that. A question was asked the last couple of days about, well, what if don't these wet wipes have chemicals in them that could cause cancer? And I said, I really don't know, to be quite honest with you. But I said, here's how I look at it. If they'll let us have these wet wipes to change baby diapers with and rub their behinds with and everything like that and poop and all that, they surely wouldn't let us do that knowing that something's going to cause cancer to babies. Does that make sense? That's how I looked at it. Whatever you guys decide to do is up to you. But like I said, I'm sure that everything under the sun can cause cancer. Somebody said that over here earlier. But the point is to get that stuff off of you as soon as you can. All right, so we talked about stuff being absorbed through the skin. Some of it comes through the eyes too. It's very porous here. All right, so make sure that you meticulously, there's a big word, meticulously wash yourself when you get back. You can figure that out for what you will. So shower within an hour and start washing your clothes and everything. One of the departments I work at, I'm trying to get us work with one of our guys, and maybe we can find a grant somewhere to get us one of these to make life easier, because after we wash them in a washer, it's supposed to be just for bay towels and gear and stuff. I get just a regular washer. We dry them in like the hose dryer is what we dry our stuff in. It works, but something a little bit better designed just for more of this so that it helps our crews. Okay, so you guys can see what's wrong with these pictures. All right, kind of breeze through here. When I first started, anybody ever used to sleep with their fire gear by their bed? It was called bunker gear because it sat by your bunk. So that's what we did when we started, so we don't do that anymore. Believe it or not, some departments still do. Hopefully they change as the years progress and everything like that. So here's the presumptive legislation laws. I'm going to spend a minute on this because one of my friends who I've known for a long time, and this broke my heart when I sat and watched him die, but he actually got his, sweet Jesus. Laugh it up. All right, I'm glad I can be the butt of the joke a little bit. Hang on, wait for it. There we go. So he, let's just put this over here. All right, good. He was the first firefighter that I know of in Indiana to get his line of duty death from cancer to be a line of duty death. So how do you guys think he did that? He didn't do it, his company officer did it.
Probably went back and pulled all his reports from every structure fire he'd ever been on, was able to show exposure to arsenic.
That's how they did it. So how many times do we write, we go to do our run narrative and stuff, and it doesn't matter where you document, just get it documented is my point that I'm trying to get to you, is document some of the stuff that you guys and gals are being exposed to. There's paint cans in this garage, like in a garage, especially if we go fight a fire in the garage, you don't know what's in there. Things were exploding. I'm not saying you got to go through an inventory of the place, but I put some of the things that were in there that I remember seeing. The other thing that I put in there is that all my crew was wearing their gear with their SCBA on, so that if later on down the road a lawyer would come back and that firefighter wants to get stuff, it protects them because they wore their gear that the department gave them. So the lawyer does it, goes, well, how do you know he wore his gear? How do you remember a fire back that long, or what was there? So for the officers, it's just taking the extra 5 or 10 minutes, just write a couple of sentences in there that covers and take care of our people is my point. They're not losing any more extra sleep. I'm the one that's staying up a little bit to finish the report. I don't mind doing that. That's why I get paid the extra quarter. Okay? And I really believe that that's what we have to do, is take care of each other like that. But that's how they did it. It originally started with, I think Parkinson's was one of them, as far as getting some presumptive legislation. Now it's worked into some other ones as well. And I know you guys, like I said, got that bill going through the State House right now, and I really hope that gets passed for you guys. I really do.
There's a House bill and a Senate bill, but they're exactly the same, so it's going to actually both.
So two,
both houses.
okay, 2 bullets. So if it doesn't get through one, maybe it can get through the other, and then it can always, if it gets passed by one, they can attach it to a bill or something, right? If one of them ratifies it, or.
Yeah, the one that failed last year was only in the House, and it failed in committee, and this one's still in committee, but it's in the House and the Senate. So hopefully, like you said, hopefully it'll go from one to the other.
Okay.
So basically, and
It added more cancers to it this time than it was last year.
Yes,
Good.
it's House Bill 355.
essentially what he's talking about documenting, and I assume that it's probably gonna come out in cancer prevention SOP. When we do a structure fire report, we're gonna enter everybody at that structure fire as a casualty and show exposures to.
Well, we talked about that. There's options you can do. So on our reporting, what happens is we have the incident report, okay? And then also off on another tab, we don't use Firehouse for the incident reporting. We use Firehouse, but not for that. We use something called Visual Fire, and it's going to be changed even over again. But each company has a narrative that they can fill out. Each truck that was there, and that's where I would document it, because it's all documented in the report anyway as to who was there. But then in that little narrative for that other truck,
So just do it in the narrative.
yeah, and that's where I do it. And me personally, now however y'all decide to do it is entirely up to you. There's other things, these here, you could even do it with a very short form like this one, and you can find them all over the place. They're on Google, you don't have to reinvent the wheels, and you could put them into someone's file each time. For your shift, you got however people that are on your crew, and you just go, okay, this fire, there it is, and there it is, just like your training file or something. You can do it that way if you want. There's multitude of ways to skin the cat. That's just if you even want to do it. So I just like to give options, and then whatever y'all want to do is up to you. You guys are real good about getting annual physicals every year. We do a thing where we have to get on a treadmill, and they beat the living tar out of me for 8 minutes, where they got tubes and lines and everything coming out of me. And we gripe and we moan about doing it, but it's picked up on a few heart attacks before they happen and that were about to happen and kill people. So these aggressive medical checks are good. I got given a talk the other day about getting a hearing aid. You guys probably see me do like this a few times because I really don't hear well. Even when I started on a job, I don't hear that great, but after 20 years of this and the sirens and stuff they're being exposed to, my hearing gets worse, worse, and worse. So eventually that's coming pretty soon.
Marriage didn't help you.
Marriage didn't help you there. You have me at hello, honey. You complete me. Like when she calls, she gets the Star Wars theme, the dun 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 dun. Yeah. When her mom calls,
Like it's the Darth Vader March too.
oh yeah, and when her mom calls, it's the Wicked Witch of the West theme. Dun 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 dun. You know, I love them dearly. It's kind of funny, but it's good stuff though. So here's some of the things that they can test for. When I was on the Indiana Task Force for FEMA, they drew like 13 tubes of blood on me every time, every annual physical that they did. I just retired from doing that. I didn't do it very long, but maybe about 5 years or so. But so these are some of the things, and when we change these behaviors and these attitudes, we have to start with our own. We just do. And so, but it's basic little things. You don't have to go and write the Titanic in a week. The basic little things around the firehouse and with each other, I think, go a huge and long way. And then all you need is just one person or one crew just to step up and go, this is what we're doing on our fire ground. Other crews will follow. Peer pressure is a beautiful thing. And chiefs, no disrespect to them, they can write policies all day long. All day long. They can sit and write, you will do this, you will do this, you will do this, you will do this. That's only half the battle. The other half is the company officers and the firefighters taking ownership of it and doing it. And I guarantee that, and Cap will probably tell you, or another company officer will probably tell you, I'm a strong influence in my firehouse. I am. Your company officers are your change agents of the department. They're the ones that get stuff done. But I tell you who's a stronger influence than me in my firehouse. Anybody know who that is?
The informal leader.
Right, that's my senior guys that are not officers. They can get more out of Arius.
Arius will work.
What is it?
Eris.
Tatum. Aris. So they can, if he's new on my crew, I guarantee that you could get more out of him than what I can get out of him in the long run.
It's the mustache.
Huh? Stay classy. It's the mustache, stash power. But it is very true. It is very, very, very true. And so we have to take ownership of some of these things that come out. And if we can have the ability to have some of us sit on those policy things and stuff like that, I say knock ourselves out, because that helps with the ownership of it if it comes from us. Okay. So this gentleman right here, what happens? I don't know your name. What's your name?
Dylan.
Dylan? Okay, you're my bodyguard in the next bar fight, I get it. Okay, because I always love it when you start to get in a fight and like your buddies are going, we got your back, man. We got your back. Well, that's flipping great. The backside's covered. There's like 6 of them up here, though. And I'm pretty sure the laws of physics ain't going to allow that to happen very well. But, so, Dylan, if you get sick with cancer, doctor says, sorry, dude, you got prostate or you got XYZ cancer, what do you have for a support network? This is me actually being serious. What do you have for a support network?
My shift with the whole fire department at work and my family at home.
Okay. Do you have anybody like, do you have like any counselors that are available to y'all, or
We have a counselor that's on the board up there.
EAP?
Yep.
Okay. Do you guys have anybody that's been on your department, that's been through it, that would be able to help you? Tell you what's coming?
We got a chaplain.
And chaplains and stuff, which is good. So this gentleman right here, his name is Michael Dubron. He's from LA County, and he was a stage 4 cancer survivor, still back on the job today. He helped develop this cancer network right here, Firefighter Support Cancer Network. It's a not-for-profit, so guess how much it costs for you to use it? Zip. Okay, so now you have this. So what they do is they have 130 plus peer badge-to-badge people that have fought the cancer that you're going to fight, or what she's going to fight. And they got people that have fought this. And the first thing they're going to do is they're going to send you, wait a minute, there it is. They're going to send you this blue box right here, this little toolbox. You call them up and say, hey, I got this cancer coming. They're going to send you this little box right here. In there will be information about the kind of cancer you're fighting, things that you can expect. They're going to give you and like put you in touch. I don't work for them, but I'm going to advocate for them real well. That they're going to give you that peer mentor that has been through that cancer, and they're going to call you and tell you what's going on. And they have access. All this stuff I'm leaving here, their website address, their phone numbers. You will have my phone number to this phone. And I don't care if it's 4 in the morning. I swear to God, I mean this. This is why I don't take a paycheck to come down here. You call me at 4 o'clock in the morning if you want and you got a crisis because of this. I will do everything I can to get you help. I mean that really. And you'll have my emails that come directly to this phone. Okay? And so I'm going to leave all that stuff with you. There's some handouts that I've left, some of the white papers and stuff like that. Some of these here that are, so here's the white paper. We had this floating around my firehouse for a few months. You can read it at the kitchen table. And you can do it as a training. You can just sit here and read it if you want. And it has some of this research and stuff that's in here. And this is the Cliff Notes version of kind of what we're given here, or the Troy version, if you will. And it has these 11 steps that you can implement to make our jobs a little safer. It's really good stuff. I promise it is. Okay. So anyway, these people are excellent. I need to back up though. When I talked about the Nomex hoods earlier, I just remembered when I saw this. There's a new Nomex hood that's coming out. It's got a vapor barrier to it, which helps eliminate some of that stuff getting in there. They're a little bit more expensive, but I know that they're looking at pricing for that. They're going to be up at FDIC, I'm sure, this month in a couple of weeks. Someone will try and grab me one. I know they're a little heavier, but something else to make my life a little safer, I'll wear it. I don't care if it's 100 degrees outside, I'm going to wear it. I got these 2 little mini-me's right here. Oops. So I have these 2. Good Lord. Well, they're cute as all get out. Their mother did all the work, and one of them's birthday's tomorrow. One of them's 34 pounds of Rolling Thunder. And I really want to see him graduate and do cool things. I really do. Okay, so hopefully you don't have to do this if you've never had to be a part of one of these. You don't. I hope we could stop this altogether. But when your person that you fought the same fires with, you crawled through hell with, you cried with them, you laughed with them, and everything. When they're the one in that casket, that's a freaking heartbreaker. It just is. Okay. So insanity is doing the same stuff over and over again and expecting different results. Because one of the things I hate to hear in the fire service, and I don't like the word hate, but I do hate this, is when people say that we've always done X, Y, Z this way, and that's why we do it. We don't know why we do it. We've just always done it this way. It's kind of like going to the roof. You guys ever see people go up to the ventilator roof and the fire is already blowing up to like Mount St. Helens proportions? Why did you go to the roof? I don't know. That's what we always do. We put another hole in it.
That's where roof shepherds belong.
And so that's just what they've always done. And my reply to that is that we always haven't done things the way that we've always done them. Because if we did, we wouldn't wear SCBA religiously like most people do now. We'd still be using bucket brigades like they used to. So we've adapted. You guys have heard things like lightweight construction and all that stuff, right? So we changed our tactics a little bit. We've given Cap here the ability to pull up on that house and go, I may have to hit it from the outside, or it might be faster for me to go through that front door. But he has the ability of knowing what that box is going to do from some different trainings that he's had and knowledge that he has. So I am going to show 2 videos. This is the last one. But this next one is about 8 minutes. And it's from Captain Gagliano, who wrote this book. I found it on YouTube somewhere and downloaded it and saved it. But he really talks about the importance of doing the right thing no matter the size of your department, that you guys can do what you need to do. He's from Seattle, a department that's much bigger than any of us, and they've started to implement some of this change there. I mean, we can do it. So it's entirely up to y'all, but here it is. And I will leave this on the computer when I leave.
Most of the people who got into this job really got into it with a heartfelt conviction that they wanted to be part of a team, that they wanted to serve other people, that they were very interested in showing up when the average cat on the street is having the worst day of their life. They wanted to go in and make a difference. That's what typically I find has brought firefighters to this profession. When you actually take the next step and you have the desire to lead those types of men and women, that comes with some responsibilities that are compelling. They're not something to be taken lightly, and they're something that really needs to have a lot of thought behind them. To be a leader in the fire service, you have to really be willing to make change. You have to be willing to stand up to some pretty tough people, some pretty